If you eat some dirt, then maybe I'll leave you alone.
But I don't want to eat any dirt. Well, maybe just a little.
There's a moment in King of the Hill where Bobby Hill finally snaps, not with screaming, not with some big, violent outburst, just a quiet, devastating realization that being nice doesn't actually protect you. Bobby does everything right. He shows up when he's invited. He tries to make people laugh. He still ends up with his face shoved in the dirt. On the surface of this episode looks like a classic King of the Hill comedy of absurd, over-the-top humor built around a running crotch-kicking joke. But underneath the comedy is one of the sharpest episodes the series ever made. Connie's party is boring. Nothing is happening. So Connie calls Bobby and asks him to come over. She knows Bobby is funny, playful, and good at making people laugh. Bobby shows up happy to help. He didn't crash the party. He was invited. But then Chain and his friends arrive uninvited. They immediately take over the room. And right away, they start targeting Bobby. They laugh at him. They insult him. They make fun of how he looks and how he acts. Khan hears the noise and storms in, furious. He tells all the boys to get out, but pay attention to how he does it. He makes Bobby climb out the window, like Bobby is the problem. Meanwhile, Chain and his friends get to walk calmly out the front door.
What's Chain Wasana-song doing here?
I might have told him you were having a sleepover.
What's up, ladies?
Beat it, Wasana song.
Check it out. It's Booby Hill.
When God was passing out wit, you thought he said zit, and you asked for seconds. Now out the window!
We're not going anywhere. We came for a pillow fight.
Connie's dad took them all.
Then how about just fight?
Oh!
What was that? Ah! No boys in slumber party. Oh, hey, Chain. How you doing? How's your dad? Still on membership committee at Nine River Country Club?
Yes, sir, Mr. Soup. We were just walking by and we saw Bobby sneaking in the window, and I wanted to make sure Connie was okay.
Bobby Hill, out the window. Chain, you and your friends may use the door.
And outside, it gets worse. Chain doesn't just leave. He attacks Bobby and shoves his face straight into the dirt. Bobby literally eats dirt. He's left on the ground, humiliated. This scene is hard to watch, and it's supposed to be. Think about it. Bobby didn't do anything wrong. Connie wanted him there. He didn't start trouble. He didn't fight back. He was just being himself. Yet he's the one treated like trash. Khan, who is obsessed with status and appearances, sides with the rich, popular kids without hesitation. And Chain uses his money and privilege to bully someone smaller than him. This isn't just kids being mean. It's about who holds the upper hand, who gets respect, who gets protected, and who gets pushed into the dirt. Bobby ends up with a mouthful of dirt, not because he deserves it, but because he doesn't fit into the right social class. Moments like this show the ugly side of trying to impress the better crowd, and they make us root for Bobby even harder.
Oh, all right, guys, the girls aren't here. We don't have to pretend to be tough. Come on, I live next door. All I have to do is scream and my dad'll be on you like flies on pie.
If you eat some dirt, then maybe I'll leave you alone.
But I don't want to eat any dirt. Well, maybe just a little. Yum, that's good dirt.
You didn't eat any.
Dad!
Hank Hill is surprised to see Bobby covered in dirt. He's upset to hear his son got shoved into the dirt and not fight back. To Hank, that's the real problem. Hank thinks Bobby is too soft, so he does what a lot of dads would do. He takes Bobby to the YMCA to sign him up for boxing. Hank believes boxing will toughen him up and teach him how to stand his ground. But when they arrive, the boxing classes are full. Bobby gets put on a waiting list. It could take weeks, maybe months. Bobby doesn't want to wait. He wants to start now. So the desk clerk suggests him another class, a women's self-defense course. Bobby signs up. The class teaches one main move, a hard kick to the groin. And when you do it, you shout things like, "That's my purse," or "I don't know you." The yelling is meant to shock the attacker and draw attention. At first, it feels silly. Bobby doesn't belong there, but then something interesting happens. He's good at it, really good. This is where the episode gets smart. Hank wanted Bobby to become tough in the traditional way, boxing, using his fists, taking punches. Instead, Bobby finds strength somewhere totally unexpected, a class designed for women protecting themselves. The show is saying real strength doesn't always look the way we expect. It doesn't have to be loud or macho. Sometimes it's practical, sometimes it's clever. Bobby doesn't wait for permission. He takes what's available and makes it work. And those ridiculous yells, they're not just jokes, they're tools. They create confusion. They take control back from the bully. Bobby turns something that could be embarrassing into real leverage.
Help!
Bobby? What have you been eating?
Dirt. Jane was on a song, made me eat dirt. He beat me up.
I'll get some ice.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll find out Jane's address so you can go over there and make his dad eat dirt.
Bobby, remember when you were 10 years old and I pulled that big girl off you at the park? Well, that's not happening anymore. There is only one person who can fight your battles for you. And I know you don't want to hear this, but that person is you.
Look at me. This can't fight.
Well, then take a boxing course at the YMCA. You can learn anything at the Y. That's where I learned how to fight. You know, that's also where I learned to swim.
So, taking those boxing lessons kept the bullies from picking on you?
Bullies? Picking on me? Well, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I'm sorry, boxing is full. But I can put you on the wait list. People are always getting hurt.
You've got to help me defend myself from Chain Wasana-san.
There is one other class, but it wouldn't be right for you.
There's nothing about the YMCA that's right for me. But until I'm famous enough to afford my own bodyguard, I am going to have to learn how to defend myself. Now do your job, sir!
Every one of you in this class is heavily armed right now. That's right. Your keychain, your fists, that huge engagement ring. Are you sure you're in the right class? This is women's self-defense.
Please, miss. All the other courses are full.
I'm sorry. It's for women only. We're trying to maintain a certain comfort level here.
But I hate men as much as you.
I don't hate men. I just hate being a victim.
I hate being a victim, too. Look, I was at a girls' slumber party last night when 3 men pushed me to the ground and made me eat dirt.
Okay, you can stay. Now grab a whistle and prepare to be empowered. Most women who are attacked are subdued by verbal threats. Today we're going to get used to hearing these threats, keeping our cool, and practicing some responses of our own to the most vulnerable areas of a man's anatomy.
Shut up and give me your purse.
I don't know you, that's my purse! Okay, I want everybody to try it. You first. See, I don't hate men.
Give me your purse, now.
That's my purse.
Don't be afraid to shout it. That's my purse! Try it again.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
When Chain and his friends see Bobby again, they haven't learned a thing. They shove him and knock him on the ground, but this time Bobby is ready. As he hits the ground, he yells, "Let go of my purse." The bullies freeze. That split second of confusion is all Bobby needs. He kicks Chain hard in the groin. Chain collapses. His friends panic and scatter. The fight is over and Bobby wins. At home, Bobby proudly tells his parents, "I beat Chain in the fight today." Hank and Peggy are thrilled. Hank finally believes his son stood up for himself, but Bobby leaves something out. He doesn't mention the purse, or the kick, or the women's self-defense class. He lets Hank believe he won the manly way, and Hank is happy to believe it. Bobby found his own way to be strong, but he knows his dad might not understand, so he keeps the details to himself.
What did you get for number 5 on the test?
D.
D? Ugh, I thought you wrote B.
Hey, booby. Connie, when you kiss this loser, do you still taste dirt?
No, not anymore. Jerk.
You asked her about the dirt. She answered. I don't think we have any more business.
Don't smart mouth me, Hill.
Get away from me.
Get away from me. Come on, eat some dirt.
Let go of my purse.
Huh?
I don't know you. Who's next? Mom, Dad, Jane was waiting for me after school.
Did you remember to tell him that inside every bully there's a coward?
It's okay, Peggy. I don't see any blood. No dirt. You ran away, didn't you?
No, I stayed and fought. And I won. This is so much cooler than getting beat up.
Well, all right, son. You know, that Shane Wasanasong must know all kinds of Oriental martial arts, and you beat him with good old American YMCA know-how.
Yeah, we're all excited, but before you get too carried away, I should let you know that I got detention tomorrow.
Detention for beating up a bully? Well, I'd say somebody's earned himself a trip to a PG-13 rated movie.
Soon word spreads. Bobby starts using the move on everyone. Bullies avoid him. Kids are scared of him, but it goes too far.
My dad says that whenever you're in a jail-type situation, the best way to survive is to take out the biggest guy there. That way you establish who's boss right from the get-go. Or you can hang yourself with your pants. He says that's another way to go.
Which one of you guys is the tallest? That's my purse! I don't know you!
Uh-oh. It's the metal shop kids. If they hassle us, just run. They won't be able to catch us because they smoke.
Hey, Bobby, play any kickball today?
Why? You up for a game?
Just saying hi. Just saying hi.
Why are they scared? You didn't kick another person in the groin, did you?
3 people. Hey, I didn't go looking for trouble. Trouble came a-knocking, and Bobby Hill's foot answered the door.
You know, Bobby, I kind of liked it better when you used to play dead or joked your way out of a tight spot.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? Tony's Marty is wide open right now. Hey, Peters. You giving my friend here a hard time?
Back off. This is none of your business, Bobby.
Oh, I'm making it my business, Peters.
What are you gonna do? You gonna kick me in the nads?
Am I gonna do it? Yes. When am I gonna do it? Don't know. Could be tomorrow. Now! One thing you'll find out about me, Clark, is that I'm not a very patient person.
The teachers notice, and the complaints pile up. Bobby gets called into Principal Moss's office. One more kick, and he'll be suspended. When Hank finds out how Bobby has been winning, he's horrified. To Hank, that's not fighting fair. Peggy points out the truth. Hank told Bobby to learn how to defend himself, and Bobby did exactly that.
I wish I'd called you folks here under pleasanter circumstances, but I'm afraid your son's been caught fighting again on the school grounds.
Well, first of all, my son was just defending himself. Second of all, I do consider these pleasant circumstances.
Emily, send Bobby in. Bobby, you want to tell your parents how you won your fight?
Which one? The one against Chain?
Sure.
Okay. Well, there I was standing in front of Chain. It didn't look good. I mean, let's face it, he's faster and stronger than me. So if I was gonna beat this guy, I had to act fast.
Smart thinking, son.
So I faked to my left, but he got a hold of me and knocked me down. Down, but not out, I yelled, "Let go of my purse!" at the top of my lungs. Then, with all my might, I kicked him as hard as I could in his testicles.
What?
Tell your parents about the Clark Peters fight.
So there I was, standing right...
Just skip the end of the fight.
You mean before or after I kicked him in the testicles?
Bobby, where in the heck did you learn to do that?
At the women's self-defense course I signed up for at the Y.
Women's self-defense?
What did I do? It was your idea to send him to the Y in the first place, so I could point the finger at you. But I won't. But I could.
Oh.
I'm afraid we're going to have to suspend Bobby from school for a couple of days. Hank, can I talk to you alone? I'm not as principal to parent, but, you know, man to man.
Sure.
You can't have your boy going around kicking people in their testicles.
I know that, Carl.
Hank decides to fix things himself. He takes Bobby into the garage to teach him real fighting. It goes badly. Bobby doesn't fight back. Hank gets more aggressive and he hits harder. Finally, Bobby reacts by kicking Hank straight in the groin. Hank collapses. The tough dad ends up on a stretcher. It's hilarious, but it also says everything. Hank wanted Bobby to fight like him, but Bobby fought like Bobby, and Bobby won.
This, Bobby, is the belt line. You never, ever hit below that. Always above, never below. Cassius Clay never hit below the belt.
But, Dad, If I'm in a fight with someone who wants me to literally eat dirt, you're telling me I shouldn't do the one thing that's gonna save me. Boom!
You learned a move in a woman's self-defense class. You are not a woman.
But it works.
Son, I'm gonna show you how to fight above the belt. Here, they're my old YMCA gloves. Put them on.
Okay.
Now, Bobby, just to warn you, you're probably gonna have to take a couple of shots before you learn how to protect yourself properly. Now get your gloves up like this. Good. Keep your hands up, Bobby, and move a little. Don't just stand there like a pole. Come on. Come on.
No. Hey!
Come on, you're not moving.
I am too. I'm backing away from you.
Come on, from side to side, son, like this, see? Huh? Come on. Come on, here we go. Okay, now try to hit me with the punch as hard as you can. Come on. You leave your face open, you're gonna get popped. See? See? Pop, pop, see?
You left yourself open, Dad.
Oh, you have been kicked in the testicles. Oh.
After that, the balance shifts too far the other way. Bobby starts disobeying his dad. Hank is losing control in his own house, and Bobby is testing how far he can push it. Peggy has been watching quietly, but when Bobby starts openly disobeying and mocking his injured dad, she steps in. Calm but firm, she tells him to give her the Game Boy. Bobby looks at her and says he'll give it up when he decides to. Peggy doesn't yell or panic. She simply hands her glasses to Hank and moves in. Then she does something unexpected. She takes control of Bobby, pins him down, and takes the Game Boy from him. The scene flips the power dynamic again. Bobby thought his dad's injury made him untouchable, but Peggy proves real authority doesn't come from force. It comes from control and confidence. She succeeds where Hank couldn't, not by being tougher, but by stepping in as a parent.
All right, mister, you've got 1 minute. Ooh. Dang it, Bobby, it has been at least a minute. You started a new game, didn't you?
Yes.
We had a deal.
Hank, what is going on?
I'm punishing Bobby. I'm not gonna ask you again. Give me that god-dang video game.
Not now. I'm dealing with a giant spider here.
Bobby Hill, you give your father that game and you do it right now.
That's okay. I got it under control. He's gonna give me the game.
Soon. I'm almost bored with it. Why don't you go inside? I'll find you later.
Come on.
Hand it over.
Mom, this is between Dad and me. And I'll give him the Game Boy when I decide I'm ready to.
That is it. I would not let a stranger, let alone my own son, think for 1 second that they can get away with showing any disrespect towards the man that I love. You do that, and you have to deal with Peggy Hill.
What are you doing, Mom? What are you doing? Come on, Mom, don't.
Game over, Bobby. Come on, that's it. Come on, show me what you got. Give me that Game Boy! Give me that!
No!
Clever little... Oh, gotcha! Come to Mama! That's right, and I have... Oh, yeah!
That's mine. Give it back!
In a minute.
Bobby tries his special move, but it fails. Peggy tells him women don't have testicles. She noogies him in front of everyone, and it's game over.
That's my purse! Hey!
That's right, Bobby. I believe you will find that I have no testicles. Where's your secret weapon now, huh?
She bluffing? Finish her!
I'm sorry, Mom. It was a reflex. Mom, okay. I said I was sorry.
All right, Peggy, let him go.
Dinner in 10.
The episode ends with Bobby humbled, Hank wiser, and Peggy quietly restoring order. The message is pretty clear. Self-defense is important, and standing up for yourself matters. But dominance without restraint turns into something ugly fast. Real toughness isn't about one perfect move. It's about knowing when to fight, how to fight, and who you're really fighting for.
Well, I guess next time you won't try to take on your old man.
What are you so proud about? You had to get Mom to fight your battle for you. That's worse than me kicking below the belt.
Yeah, it's not so fun when someone doesn't fight fair, is it? Just remember, I can get her to do that anytime I want.
Oh.
Peggy!
Is there a problem out there, Hank?
We'll be right in. Now go wash up. Okay, deep breath.
This episode isn't about a kid learning how to fight. It's about what happens when someone finally realizes the rules were never written for them. Bobby didn't become cruel. He didn't become violent. He learned how to protect himself in a world that only respects strength when it looks a certain way. The episode doesn't say Bobby was wrong for kicking back. It says power without restraint always turns into something else. Hank wanted Bobby to be tough. Peggy wanted Bobby to be safe. Bobby just wanted the bullying to stop. In the end, nobody gets exactly what they want, but everyone learns something they can't unlearn. And that's why Bobby Goes Nuts still works. It's funny for sure, but it understands something most shows avoid. Sometimes the first time you stand up for yourself is messy, but it's absolutely necessary. Tell me what you think of this episode down below. Does it still hold up for you? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if there ever was a time you had to defend yourself.